What up, sports fans?
Say the thing.
What's the thing?
I don't know. We're so early on that we can just make this up as we go along.
Good morning, good evening, sports fans.
I suppose, what is this now, episode 3?
3.
Do you think there's anyone who has watched episode 0, 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah, I hope
Who?
so. Your mum? My mum?
I don't know. Kevin,
Figure
maybe.
out. Kevin might have. He's just
Kevin's
rewatching
having his
episode
dinner
1.
right now. He's not that interested in what we're doing. Although he is our biggest star. First guest on the show. That video of him as well has had over 1,000 views. He's
Yeah.
well popular.
Everyone's coming for Kevin.
Yeah, we should have just based this all around Kevin, and we would have been way more successful right from the start.
You stick a GoPro on his collar, and
He's just dummying his food right now.
Dude, my dog is like the strangest dog. Like, he snacks and grazes, and like you'll come back and there's half a bowl, and he'll come back to it in like an hour or 2 hours. Like, yeah, I could dump the whole bag of dog food on the ground, and it would not be touched at all.
Kevin does this funny thing where if there's no one in the house and there's a little bit of food left in his bowl, he'll leave it until someone gets home and then he'll eat it.
Yeah, that's kind of what Luke's does, yeah. Yeah.
Don't know if that's too common, but he's just finished now, so I'm sure he'll be coming into shot anytime soon.
Nice.
How's your week been?
Yeah, I'll go first, I guess. Yeah, no, my week was awesome. Started off the Ironman training, and yeah, it's actually fun. I did, however, though, look into the future of the future trainings, and it looks like agony. It looks very hard. It's probably going to be the hardest shit I've done ever for training.
Yeah, but life is pain, right? You pussy.
Life is pain. Yeah. Who said that? Was that DMX? DMX said something like that.
I don't know. I guess we're standing on the shoulders of giants with all the philosophy we're throwing out there.
Yeah. But I did... I encountered a discussion that I had with someone yesterday. And at first it was just like, well, I might as well start where a good story starts, at the start. A friend of mine, a very close friend of mine, approached me and said that there was the opportunity to be had and maybe something to break the normality of the 9 to 5 and pays quite decent. Everything kind of a new experience. And I watched this person get very, very excited, and then all of a sudden self-doubt crept in. And I saw it happen. And it was like, yeah, very excited, very like, this sounds awesome, pays great, this is something that lines up with my philosophy, and but I could imagine how many strong candidates there are that are already working in this field that would love or probably get this job over me, and then I don't know if I'm good enough for it and stuff. And I'm like that's super like crazy to watch. Have you seen something like that happen? Like self-doubt.
Do you mean you had a big episode of self-doubt?
No. I saw someone, like, I witnessed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You might have to come a little closer to the mic, my guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
Nice.
maybe shout a little.
Okay. How about if I do this? Okay.
Yeah, now you look like
better?
an old school. Now you look like an old school football commentator. But but one who's celebrating Pride.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you witnessed something like that before? Self-doubt,
You know what?
just seen it happen?
I think I see it all the time, and not just you see it in people's actions. You see it. I see it in my own actions as well. But I mean, I grew up in Wales, right? Wales is a country of self-doubt, and to a smaller degree, I think most of Britain is a country of self-doubt. But in Wales, there's a whole world of we can't really do that. I don't know if it'll work. I don't. It's just an epidemic of self doubt.
Yeah, yeah, it was for me. It was just quite strange just to see it in someone. I'm like, why are you doing that to yourself? Like you feel super excited, just run with it, right? And then I started thinking about like failures. And look, there's two what is it, examples of I'm going to share with you. Thomas Edison. Do you know how many inventions he had?
I don't, but I imagine it's a lot before he made anything of any use.
Right. He had 1093 inventions in 84 years. Do you know what he's famous for?
It's the light bulb, right?
Correct. He's famous for the light bulb. So he had 1092 failures. Well, at that time, it was about 1,000 failures until he hit the light bulb, right? The other example I have is Michael Jordan. How many cups did he win?
I don't know. Was it 7?
It was 6.
Pretty close.
But he played 15 seasons, and he didn't get his first cup until 91, and he was drafted in 84. So I guess what I'm getting at is that everyone remembers the wins, everyone remembers the W's, the big achievements, but no one talks about the failures. And the failures, in my opinion, is what makes people. You're not trying hard enough if you're not telling me that you're failing.
Yeah, if you're not failing at something, then you're trying something that's not difficult enough.
Right. And then it takes that extra bit of mindset to be like, oh, okay, I failed at something. I'm probably just not going to do that again. No, you should probably just keep chipping away at it. And you should probably just keep attempting that, because no one's trying something and winning, and just becoming the best. I mean, there's probably a few freaks out there in the sporting or academic world, but
that is a hot take. There are freaks out there. Good and bad. All jokes aside, there's some freaks out there.
For sure.
I've met a few of them. Sorry to derail you from what was a very important subject.
Yeah.
But I think, go on, finish that, because I think you've hit a.
I just saw it, and I had to talk to this person, and be like, don't do that. Like, it's just like self-sabotage. Like you could just try whatever you need to do. Is it a different field? Write a resume, write a cover letter, attempt it, put the feelers out there. And if it doesn't work, and it probably won't, then you just try again. You start building up the confidence. It's like, oh, great, it didn't work. Perfect. I'll refine my cover letter. I'll refine my LinkedIn. I'll refine me, and then I'll attempt another position. And then if that doesn't work, bang, and just keep building and building and building. Like, it was quite.
That's what we're doing, right?
It was quite a thing to see for me. but I've got great hope in this person to succeed, and I might even
Is this
invest.
someone I know?
Oh yeah,
Then wish them all the best for me.
I
Tell them
hey,
that we're behind
you
them.
you said there's no one that's watching this. There is one that might watch 5 to 10 minutes of it, so we might be in that time
Well,
frame now. So,
we're about 10 minutes in.
so we capitalized on their on their what is it
On their brief moment of attention,
on their capture.
we may have
Yeah,
caught them
captured.
for a second.
Yeah,
I've had a lot of fun this week. I think that we've shared a fair bit of content in the last week,
yeah,
and had some fairly pleasing engagement, more than I really ever expected. Um, Kevin was obviously the star of the show, but uh, it's quite pleasing. I think that in general, I can say from my perspective that everyone that I've spoken to about it has been really positive about what we're doing here, and really engaged and interested to hear what we're doing. And even if they think it's folly, even if they don't think that we'll ever make it, people are at least generally polite. It's the people who aren't saying anything that I wonder what are they saying. But as I think about it, the more I think about it, I don't care what they think.
yeah,
We're doing this because I think it's fun. I think that we're having a great time doing this, and I want to keep doing it. And we might have to make 100 or 1,000 episodes before we do anything good. But as long as we keep going, we eventually will make something good.
yeah, man. No, I'm 100% with it. I actually got it was our next door neighbor a couple of days ago approached me and was like, "Do you guys have a podcast?" I was like, "Yeah."
What did you say? What did you say? Did you say when you coming on?
No, I was just, I explained why we're doing it, and yeah, it was quite a fun interaction.
For me, it's and I don't want to come across like we've made it or anything because we haven't. But for me, it's the most fun, entertaining, and fulfilling little hobby that I've ever come across.
Right.
It's such an amazing outlet to be able to talk shit on camera every week with a good mate, and you get a little bit of that dopamine buzz every time you share a little video and you get a few likes for it. Like, it's great.
Oh yeah.
I wish we'd done this sooner, but there's no
I,
better time than the present, right?
yeah. I mean, if we did it, I remember when I'm we're having a few cause lights, and I said to you, I was like, "Oh, is this something we should do?" And oh,
That's not Kevin, by the way.
that is not Kevin.
Forgive us, sports fans, while Corey takes care of the situation.
Shit. What was I talking about?
You were talking
Cause
about
lights.
a time that we were having a few cause lights. Now, I don't think
Oh
that
yeah,
narrows
yeah.
it down very much.
No, 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 no. But we were having a few cause lights, and we got a bit excited, and we thought maybe this is something we should do. Obviously, slept on it, and then it kind of got pushed into the ether, into the cloud, and kind of forgotten about. But yeah, like you said, the present. It's good.
Well, the seed was sown years and years ago, maybe, but now it's emerged from the dirt. Still pretty close to the dirt, but it's emerged from the dirt,
Yeah,
and we're
so
doing it.
stoked. Yeah, doing
But
the
I
thing.
find now that it's such an amazing outlet because whenever I encounter a situation or see a situation, I'm always thinking in the frame of what we're trying to do here, and I'm thinking more deeply about things, and I'm approaching things from maybe slightly different angles, and trying to apply them and think, what would the person who does this show, how would they approach that situation? How would it changes you when you're doing something different, when you're creating something that didn't exist before.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I remember you said, I can't remember what episode, but you said you look at uh, you, you you look at things through a different lens now as a creator, right? And at first I was like, I don't know, like I think I just cruise through life and I just see things. I actually feel that now, where I'm like, okay, I look around and be like, okay, what this person's creating is super dope. Whereas before, I might have just cast a shade on it and been like, I don't know, that's super cringeworthy. It's hard. It's hard, and
Yeah,
it's good to see like from other angles, like how you can throw things in. And like we're still learning.
yeah, and
We're still
I think
learning and doing the
it
things.
makes you appreciate. It makes you find value in what other people are doing more easily. That
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
so
no,
much
I can
easier
agree with
just
that.
to it's so much easier just to be a hater and to just dismiss something as not valuable than it is to create something out of nothing. And I think that even doing this is episode 3, even doing 3 episodes of this show, I think has made me uh, hopefully a better person, and hopefully will continue to do that. Even if
Yeah, man.
99% of the stuff we talk about is locker room banter that isn't really much use to anyone, but we're still doing something.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool, and that's the fun side of it,
I
right?
well, yeah, you got to have fun doing it, right? Otherwise, what's the point? I'm looking forward till we have a couple of our first guests on the show. I know that we've been planning out who can be on here, and I think we've got a few that are lined up that hopefully we can get
Okay.
on soon. But it'll be great to do that, and I think that's when the show really starts. I think that we're just warming up now, right?
Yeah, just finding our feet. Yeah, it's. I mean, I'd love to
And
have
it doesn't matter.
a guest. I'd love to have a guest on right now, right? But it's we if we work on us, then it'll be easier to accommodate the guest in and be more fun
Yeah,
and more
yeah,
organic.
because I think that we're better at this now than we were when we did episode 0. Have you rewatched that,
No, I haven't. I was gonna wait to 10. I was gonna do it in sections of 10.
dude? Episode 0 is so cringe, and I know that this is cringe as well. But episode 0 is just terrible. I would encourage you to look back through what we've done, right, and keep doing it. I think that it's really useful and really actually quite fun to see you to
Okay,
see yourself at your worst, you know.
deal. I'll check it out.
But I think that as we start to expand what we're doing, that'll just make us even better, right? That'll keep us going. It'll keep us sharp. But the beauty is
Okay.
that we're 20 minutes roughly into this now, and we have such amazing freedom because no one's watching. We can play around, right? We can say whatever we want. It's not
Yeah.
the end of the world if
You remember?
there's a joke or a line that doesn't make sense or isn't funny, because it's just for us anyway, right?
Well, you remember like I don't know what it was like in the UK and Wales and that, but I remember like growing up, we had like the newspaper, and then you'd get to the back of the newspaper and have your TV guide, and then like you'd be looking through the TV guide, and it'd be like 6 o'clock was like the news, 6:30 was like some game show that would go to like 7:30, and then a movie would start, and that movie would kind of be like PG-13, and then the next movie after that at 9:30 or 10 was like the M or MA kind of movie, and then like 12 o'clock movie was like ah, right. That's kind of like if we start going off like great at the start when everyone's watching and they're like, oh, not these idiots again, and then 10 minutes later some peel off, then we can get into some like real shit towards the end, right?
So you're saying the goal is to start the episodes clean and precise and well balanced,
Yeah.
and then by the end of it, we're just swearing like a couple of hairy ass dockers, and it's all gone to hell.
I'm not, maybe not so much sharing like hairy ass dockers, but I'm just like from that point, then yeah, the jokes
We
that
can
might
dream.
not hit. We can dream, but the first 10 minutes is sharp. It's fulfilling. It's uplifting. It's soul nourishing. I don't know how
Soul
you call it.
nourishing. I like that
We might
one.
have to we might have to go to the board on that one, the board of directors, and talk about that.
Whoever the directors are.
How was your week, my buddy?
I had a splendid week, I must say. I kept myself busy. I've been training pretty well. I in the month of November I set myself a challenge. I wanted to work out 30 times in 30 days. And
Damn.
I did. So I feel pretty good about that. I feel pretty sharp. I went for a run today and it was freezing. Literally. And you know what it's like in freezing weather in London is like minus 30 in Alberta. It's just brutal. It robs
Yeah,
you of all of your energy. I had
it's very
to
wet.
I had
It's
to have a
very wet
warm
cold.
bath when I got back just so I could feel my fingers again.
Bath. When you get in the sauna.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard going, especially on the way back where I went from with wind to against the wind along the river, and it was brutal.
Yeah, yeah.
Couldn't deal with it,
I woke up this.
but I did
I
it. I
woke up.
finished it.
Hey, killed it. How many miles?
11.
Damn. How fast?
It was like 9:59 a mile, just under 10. Like it was not much under 10, but crucially, it was under 10 minutes a mile.
Very good.
Yeah, I mean, I was happy with it. Can't complain.
How's the push-ups going?
Well, I am still fully committed to 1,000 push-ups and 100 pigs in blankets on Christmas Day.
Good.
I've been having good conversations with my mother. She's been buying up the pigs in blankets already. 100 of them, Tesco's finest, and they really are. They really are good. I think Tesco's finest is underrated. So Tesco, if you're thinking about sponsoring, I'm open to it. But 100 of those, 5,500 calories, and 1,000 push-ups. I still haven't figured out what the exact strategy is going to be. Whether it's someone commented on a video that we did about this and said that it should be one pig in blanket, 10 push-ups. But I feel like one pig in blanket, you lose a little bit of momentum if you're only eating one at a time. So I don't know if that's optimal. I'm going to learn a
Yeah, and
lot doing
then
it, I suppose.
I mean, like, because it's not like cardio. I guess you be throwing out chest. Your chest is sore, and then now you're filling up on piggies. You'll get to like 200, 300 push-ups, and then you start to feel full in the guts. I don't know. I don't know if
Exactly.
that's the play.
No, I think that it might just be a brute force kind of job, just get it done.
I I think throw out the
Embrace the
1,000,
suck.
throw out the 1,000, and then eat. Your body's gonna need it. You're gonna be so sore, and I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a piece of cake, dude.
Power to you, man.
But we'll see. I am going to have to, like, I've been thinking about it, and I'm going to have to film it all because people need to see that. People need to see what's possible when you
Yeah.
really commit to something. And
For sports fans.
it's going to have to be a fully filmed day.
But you can time lapse that though.
It's gonna have
But
to. It's gonna.
you'll need to have your phone on charge the whole time. It's going to take some time.
I don't know if I. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I'm excited for the challenge anyway. I've been planning. I've decided I want to do a marathon next year.
Oh no!
And yeah. I've got that itch, you know. It's gotta get done. It's gotta get done. And I want to go. I probably shouldn't say this, but I want to aim for sub 4 as well, which is
Wow.
a brutal undertaking, right? My PB on the half marathon is an hour and 53, and that was
Really?
a
I thought
couple
you
of
had
years
an
ago.
hour 50.
No, hour 53.
Oh,
I'll have to double check,
I mean,
but
sick.
it's I think it's now 53, and I think if I can go 3:59 on the marathon, then that's killer, right? That's huge. So I'm planning where and when, and I think it's probably going to be in the fall in 2024, so that I can
Nice.
train in the summer.
Nice.
Because I just think long runs in the winter.
Yeah, but the winter hardens you as well, man.
I don't know how hard I need to be though.
True.
I'll do the long runs in the summer.
You
Long
milky
runs in the
bastard.
summer are great because you get to whip your shirt off, you got the sun on your back, you're out for 3 hours running, you're dripping in sweat by the end of it. And then what you do is you pull up at your destination, wherever that is. You get a big bottle of milk, like 4 pints of milk, and then you go on the tube to get home and you drink the milk on the tube covered in sweat, and you're so sweaty that it dries on you, and you're like you end up being covered in salt. And I love drinking milk on the tube. It's my favorite thing. My favorite place to drink milk probably in the whole world. The looks you get from people is just insane. It's it's so much fun. I would honestly encourage anyone to drink milk on the tube just to watch people watching you. They think you're a freak.
Oh man, that's good. That's good comedy right there.
I love it. Can't get enough of it. But that doesn't really work in the winter. Because if
Why?
you go for a run in the winter and then you're still out and about after you've stopped running, you're just going to freeze to death.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I get it.
So I've actually been telling a few of my friends about the marathon that I want to do, and I think I've almost convinced them to sign up. And I've told one that the other one is down because the other one's down. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping.
You're playing their emotions.
Yeah. I know that they wouldn't want to be the guy who didn't do it when the other one did do it.
Yeah, that's
But we haven't picked a race fully yet. But it'll probably be in the fall somewhere in Europe. So look out for that, sports fans.
Oh, so not like in the UK. It'll be like. So which one are you thinking? Like Paris?
It won't be in the UK. It'll be somewhere in Europe.
Like Paris?
No, I don't know when the Paris one is, but it won't be a major or anything like that. It'll just be somewhere
Okay.
where we can go away for the weekend, do the race, have a couple of cold beers after. All good fun, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do want to
I
do
don't.
sub 4. That would be ideal.
After this half Ironman, I do want to do a full Ironman, and I know the prerequisites to that. I don't think I'm going to do a full marathon or attempt full marathon training until I really sign off on that, because marathons hurt, man. They fucking hurt.
Yeah, They're not particularly pleasant, are they? But what are you going to do? Not do it?
Yeah, true. I guess. Yeah, I'm just gonna ride on these half marathon, these half Ironmans, and I think there's another one in Calgary in like June or July or something. So I might just, depending on how my Victoria one goes, I might just jump straight into that. Maybe just make it a year of half Ironmans and see how I feel.
If you do two half Ironmans, does that make you an Iron Man?
No, no, it does not.
I'm just a little surprised that you haven't done one already.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I
You
only
strike
got
me
into
as the
like
kind of
mountain.
guy who would have just done one.
I mean, I only got into mountain biking like in 2020, like fully, and that's when I like start like riding bikes. And then now it's like, well, you can't obviously ride a mountain bike in an Ironman, so you have to get a road bike, and then yeah, just like the podcast, mate. You know, I could have done it before, but the time's now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there are some things in life that I think I wish I'd done it 10 years ago. I just started going to a boxing gym. And
Yeah,
it's killer.
how's
I
that going?
love it. It's super
Yeah,
intense. Everything about it is amazing, right? And I think to myself, well, I wish I'd done this 10 years ago. But then I stop myself and I think, well, that's the wrong attitude to have. Is that my future self in 10 years' time will thank me that I started doing it now.
yeah. What's that saying? It's like the best time to plant a tree was yesterday or 10 years ago.
Yeah,
The next best time to plant it is today.
yeah. And, imagine if we had talked and talked and talked about doing episode 0 for a few more weeks, right?
Yeah,
Not
and do it
that,
in the new year.
yeah. I can't wait for
Delay
us
it
to do our first live show
in person.
in person. We should
Yeah,
really invite a guest for that.
I've been getting quite excited. Like, I don't know how. I keep thinking, like, do I rearrange the office a bit and have it more podcast friendly, or do we just relocate? We do it in like, I don't know. I said I wanted to do it outside, but like January could be fucking cold.
I'm thinking living room vibes, dude.
Living room vibes on the couch.
Yeah, just
On the
we
and
need.
one camera angle, just in the middle, capturing the
We're gonna
moments.
need one camera to capture everyone, and then individual cameras. But the good news is, because we are now pro podcasters, and I think we can call ourselves that because we are now using pro software. Whether or not our product is pro is another story. But we are pro, so we can try and make it a little bit more pro every week. That's got to be our mantra, right? More pro every week. So what have we done this week that's more pro? We're using better software. Hopefully that comes across. Hopefully the editing's a little bit more. What are we going to do next week?
Well, I'm a little bit fed up with this little stand thing, so I might just have to get a little boom thing that just attaches down the bottom here, and just have the mic
You
just
might have to do it.
coming in hot. Might have to do it.
You might have to do it. We're invested now. Literally, we're
Yeah,
invested.
but it's not like
We've
crazy like expensive. Yes, it can get crazy expensive if you buy the high end mic, the high end headphones, the high end software. Like, yeah, I'm sure it gets expensive, but I think we're just until that time comes, we just keep chipping away at it, and we'll have all the stuff we need
Yeah,
to be
I mean
successful.
the software that we bought, it's a year subscription, so that I kind of like because it means that we have to keep doing it for a year. Otherwise, we've completely wasted our time and money.
Yeah, so we know
So
we know there is a contract update in 1 year's time.
yeah, so we have to keep doing it for a year. And if you're not a fan of the show, you may as well unfollow us now because you're just going to be spammed with all of the shit that we're talking about for the next year. So if you're not a fan, fuck off. To quote Elon Musk, go fuck yourself. Do you see that guy going heavy in the paint this week?
Dude, hard in the paint. He
is a legend, isn't he?
Zero
Look,
fucks.
I am not really the biggest fan of electric cars, or as my dad calls them, battery cars. But I love that guy. I think what he's doing is incredible, and I genuinely believe that his motives are pure. I know some people will argue against that, but I genuinely do believe that. And I think that he's clearly the most highly functioning, most professional operator in the world. And he's probably the most important person in the world. And our future as a species is probably most dependent on him doing his work. He's incredible. And
Yeah,
I just love the way he told them where they can go.
He's a loose cannon, man. Did you see the Joe Rogan episode the first time he was on there? And
Yeah.
he started smoking weed with him. And then he's like reading his phone and he's saying what the executive is saying, like, what are you doing? The stocks are dropping at a rapid rate. It's like he's just smoking a joint, like whatever. Loose cannon.
He's you can't control him, right?
And he loves to spread the seed and plant some plants. He's got like 8 kids or something to like 4 different women or something.
I think it's more. I think it might be 9 or 10 even.
Maybe. Yeah. He loves it.
I think we've actually now mentioned him in every single show.
Yeah, I mean, I took a Tesla,
which isn't on purpose.
I took a Tesla for a test drive in LA a couple of weeks ago. Oh, not test drive. I had it for 5 days. I rented it. It was the Model Y. I'm a fan. I think they're great.
Yeah, I've been in one, and I think that they're technically very impressive. I just don't know if I would buy one.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I want an electric car.
Yeah.
If I was going to buy an electric car, it would be a Tesla. But I'm not going to buy an electric car.
I was watching a...
That's just my...
What was I watching? I was watching the Top Gear episode last night. They just had a 40-minute clip of the Cybertruck. That thing's fucking crazy.
Yeah, did you see the video of it in a drag race with a Porsche 911?
And it's
so this truck
a 911
is in a drag race with a Porsche 911, beats the Porsche 911, and only at the end of the video do you realize that the truck was towing a Porsche 911 the whole time and still beat the 911.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
But I think that's impressive, right? But it's not really a fair test. Electric cars, the way they're built, the way they operate, mean that an electric motor naturally has faster acceleration.
Yeah,
it's just, let's test it where you take a Tesla and pick a car and see which one has the best mileage.
Yeah.
it's just it's not fair to compare one to the other. They're just not built the same
No,
way.
it's apples and oranges, but like it gets you thinking, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, there's just instant power with an electric motor, right?
Yeah. I
This
did like a
this
like I was on the interstate and I did a rolling like start. I got down to like 30, 40 miles an hour and I just flattened it. And we were up to like 120, 130, like fast. It's
I
weird.
don't know if any feds were listening to that. Corey said that he went from 30, I think to what was it, 70 miles
It
an
was
hour.
30,
You said
40.
that you went up to really
Yeah.
quickly, right?
70. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking K's in my head. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just in case,
Yeah, no.
just in case that needed to be clarified
I got my
for
conversions
anyone,
mixed up.
including Corey's mother.
Either way, from a moderate pace to a fast pace, fast.
Fast. I want to go fast, like Ricky Bobby.
And it was in the desert too. It was so sick.
Yeah, you can't beat driving in the desert, can you?
No, it's so much fun.
There's something wild about that corner of the US, right? That desert corner.
We did
I love
LA to
going there.
Vegas. LA to Vegas in a Tesla. It was sick.
The last time I was down there, I didn't get a Tesla. I got the Mustang, the GT version, obviously. And now the Tesla is way faster,
Yeah.
but I know which one I'd rather drive. I know which one I'd rather have, and
Do
it
you think
ain't
the
the Tesla.
Mustang's done more skids? You think the Mustang's done more skids than your underwear?
Well, I stopped buying white underwear a long time ago, so I can't really. I don't know for sure.
Smart man.
Yeah, I can't wrap my head around people who are still. If you're a man and you've got white underwear, that's asking for trouble. What are you playing at? What do you think is going to
What?
happen?
What's that Adam Sandler movie where he's got all the boys together and he throws a party at his place? It's like Kevin James and um, Shaquille O'Neal's in it too. Grown Ups. Have you seen Grown Ups?
No, I haven't seen it.
There's a guy. It's like the party's happening and stuff, and there's a guy talking to this chick or whatever, and he's got no shirt on. He's hammered, and he's in white underwear. Adam Sandler walks in. Adam Sandler walks in, and he's like, "What the fuck are you two talking about?" And he's like, "Hey, just to let you know, you didn't shake it good enough." And he's got yellow piss stains as he's talking to a chick. Dude, watch that movie, man. It's so funny. And he's hammered
It's
drunk.
more of a
this guy, and
concern
he's
as you get older as well, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. Dude, watch that part. It's so funny.
I haven't seen it. Honestly, I tend to watch the same probably 5 or 6 movies over and over instead of watching new ones. Like I've seen The Martian probably about 30 times. I can watch The Martian and then very happily watch The Martian again from start to finish.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I just don't really like watching new movies. You don't know what you're gonna get. I'd rather watch a movie that I like, that I've already seen. It's not very adventurous of
Okay.
me, is it? But if someone said,
Okay, so
"Hey, do you want to go and
what
watch
are
this
the
new
other
movie?"
So what are the other
What?
6 movies? What are the other 6 movies?
Pulp Fiction. I've seen that a lot.
Okay. Okay.
You put me on the spot here. I've seen Talladega Nights a lot,
Okay.
as I mentioned. I'd have to. Oh, I watch Notting Hill every year. Have you seen Notting Hill?
Actually, no. No, I haven't.
Well, you need to watch it. Watch it with your wife because I'm sure she'll love it. It's a great movie. It's Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant
And
and a few others, and it's an unrealistic but beautiful romantic comedy. And I can't tell you why I love it so much, but I genuinely watch that at least every year, probably more like once every 6 months. And I would
I'm
encourage you
very,
to do the same.
I'm very suspicious of you right now.
Yeah, and I think that it's that suspicious behavior, right? But I'm unapologetic about it. Although, so actually been a while. It's actually been a while since I last watched it, so I'm probably due. I'm probably due anytime soon. So, if anyone wants to watch it with me, I'm happy to share that experience, and I can run you through everything that's going to happen long before it happens. One of my favorite movies, Notting Hill.
I'm speechless.
You don't believe me, do you? Speechless. I'm telling you, dude, you gotta watch it. You need to watch that. Don't bother watching Love Actually because it's crap. But watch Notting Hill. And you know now I pass. If you've seen Notting Hill, you'll know that the Ritz Hotel features quite prominently in it, and I walk past that every day. And I walk right outside the Ritz, under the arches, and every time I walk past it, I think of the movie Notting Hill.
Look at that. That's
You know,
pretty
you
nice.
weren't ready for this. You weren't ready for this kind of
I was not.
wisdom.
I'm not ready for this. No.
But I can't remember what other. I'll if anyone is really interested, leave a comment and I'll send you a list of 10 movies that are worth watching and cover all of the movies that you need to watch. But 10 movies I think is enough. You don't need to watch any more than that in your life.
Okay. Before we wrap this up, uh, hypothetically, you're going to jail for the rest of your life, and the warden says to you, you can bring 3 movies. What are the 3 movies?
Okay, well, I've already mentioned 2 of them. The Martian.
So hang on, wait a second. You're bringing in The Martian, Pulp
The
Fiction,
Martian with
and Notting Hill.
Yeah, it might be definitely. It's definitely The Martian. That's the only one that I can say that it's definitely on the list. Notting Hill, like probably because 6 months would go by and I could watch The Martian tonight, right? And I'd be quite happy to watch it again tomorrow. Notting Hill, I don't need to watch every day.
Okay.
But if I'm going to jail for life, then I'll need Notting Hill while I'm in there. And yeah, Pulp Fiction. I mean, Pulp Fiction's a good one, right? Like, it's hard to argue against Pulp Fiction.
Very hard. I would agree with that.
Now that you've mentioned it, I kind of would like a $5 shake.
A what? A fight?
I don't think this episode has been particularly immigrant mentality, has it? It's been a lot of talking nonsense, but hopefully,
That's
it's been valuable for someone.
I didn't think I was talking nonsense at the start.
No, no, I can only speak for myself. It's been fun though.
Yeah.
I think that one thing that we can look forward to, I think that we're close to bringing a guest into the show. I'd like that to happen as soon as possible. So if you're someone that we've already been talking to, and you're still listening to this, let's make it happen. Let's figure it out soon and get it going. And I can't wait for us to meet up in person.
Yeah, that one's going to be a fun one. I'm looking forward to that.
It's December already. It's going to be Christmas soon. It's going to be great.
Yeah. So it's super close.
Let's wrap this up and we'll do it again next week.
Lovely chatting with you, my friend.
It's been a pleasure and an honor. Until next time.